guys, welcome back
to Literally Iconic Podcast.
We are a mother-daughter duo
who talk all things iconic. So we just want to jump right in and talk about what it was the most iconic thing of our week. What was the most iconic thing for you, Mom, of the week? Because iconic can mean a lot of things. It can mean like iconic as in like what was the iconic drama of the week? What was something you accomplished?
So we actually have so many overall we had last week our first episode come up. So that's pretty iconic. We've been working on the whole editing and everything. I actually have a pretty iconic scandal.
Oh.
But I'll talk about that after you tell me about your iconic good thing of the week.
Well, the same thing. It's a podcast we're working on.
Yeah.
Something that was really iconic is I've been pretty persistent on like Nails by Kimmy. And that's pretty iconic if you ask me. And I brought my grade up in math because that's something that is not iconic for me.
Yeah, that's kind of something that you really wanted to get up, which was your math grade. So for those of you who didn't know, Kimberly does do nails. She's a beginner. She's self-taught, so she's been practicing on that, and she has been pretty persistent recently. She's been doing her own nails, doing my nails,
toes,
family nails. Yeah, she doesn't want to she doesn't want to do toes, but she has been doing mine. But yeah, I feel like last episode, we were kind of touching in on what it was going to be. Mm-hmm. But can we talk about how we have a whole office now?
Yeah.
Like a whole studio. It's pretty iconic because we have like an area where we do the podcast. As you guys can see, we have an area where Kimmy does her nails. I actually have something I've been working on. I don't know if I already announced it, but if I haven't, go on to my Instagram and I'll be announcing soon. I hinted. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's something that I went and got certified for and everything, so I'm going to be doing it soon. So we have
beauty's going to have a rebranding.
Yes, we're going to have a section for that. So yeah, everything in here got remodeled, and I'm going to actually have that video up on YouTube as well so that they can see everything on here.
The difference is real, queen.
It's
as different as me without makeup but with that.
No, but yeah, it's crazy how I feel like we don't see the value in things, but everything has so much potential. Mm-hmm. You just have to get to it.
You have to have that craft mind.
Yep. So I want to know, has there been any iconic scandals, fights at school? I don't know. Did we talk about this in the last podcast? How you go to a pretty
where you have to get accepted to.
Yeah, like a school where you have to be accepted.
I don't know, that sounds like you have to get accepted again.
Well, I mean, you do. And so when there's one fight at her school, it's like the end of the world. It's crazy because when I went to school, it's like every freaking day. And so it's like, ahora quién se peleó,
No, out of the whole year, I think it's because we just have one more month of school. Uh-huh. So most of the scandals have been this month. So if I were to tell you this and this happened, you're like, girl, you do not have to get accepted into that school. What school do you go to? Literally, there's been 2 fights the whole school year, and it all happens to be in this month.
You know why though? I think it's because it's getting closer to the school end of the year. So that kids are like, que tiene, what's gonna happen? And I can guarantee you it's all seniors too. Because it's like,
what was your scandal, queen? You kind of glimpsed at that on Instagram. If you have your post notifications on.
Well, hopefully they don't, because it was on for a couple of seconds. But let me tell you,
it's 3 seconds.
No, it did have viewers. Yeah, and you're like, when I want to get views, nobody sees.
Oh my God.
Where are you guys at? Girl. Okay, let me kind of fill you guys in with the scandal.
You're gonna need a sip.
Are we gonna do names?
Are we name dropping?
Are we name dropping?
We're name dropping. No. It's the end of the month. What could happen?
Okay. Everybody's like, we don't want to work with that one. So it's actually a collab.
Well, you do us dirty, we're going to do your dirty.
Oh. So it was actually a collab. Let me tell you guys, I've done a bunch of partnerships, collabs, and
for the most part, they've been good.
When I pick up a collab or a partnership, it's usually because I truly believe in the brand. I'm not going to be promoting something that I'm ni al caso. And I've had really great experiences with everybody, super professional, because with me, when it comes to work, it's work is work, I'm very what's my deadline? I partnered up with a company, and every single time I partner up, like I said, I have a deadline. I have, what they want from me, what am I going to get in return? So this company wanted me to kind of advertise their event. It was kind of like, so if you're local here in Arizona, it's called, we're not going to say a name yet, but it's kind of like Coachella, which is
like a Hispanic Coachella.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of artists come and, you know, they just, like a Hispanic Coachella, like she said. So I was advertising.
Nice one, Angel.
Okay, fine. It's Belico Fest.
Oh! Screen record this and send it to us.
So let me tell you guys, again, I partnered up with them because I genuinely wanted to go. I was like, heck yeah, that seems like a good time. So they promised me tickets. They promised me La Luna, Las Estrellas, everything. And
they were feeding into your delusional mind.
Yeah, so tell me why. I mean, if you've seen Coachella, if you've seen anything, I ordered my cute fit. It was like, it was a fit.
She paid that expedited shipping.
I did. I promise I did. And
so if you guys see in a like a Mexican outfit, don't ask.
No questions, please. No, but okay, so I had messaged them like the week before after I had already ordered the outfit. I'm like, hey, when am I going to be getting your end of the bargain? Because I did my part.
Yeah.
It's the week of. And they were kind of like, okay, here's the thing. I did my end of the bargain, whatever, right? I messaged them like, hey, when are you guys going to do this? And they gave me a date. And I was like, great, I have a date, you know, let's wait. Mm-hmm. The date came around, nothing. And I was like, ay, no quiero ser enfadosa, you know, so I'm going to give them an extra day.
Me when nada.
No pasó nada. And then ya pasaron como 3 días. And I'm like, let me hit them up. I messaged them. And I'm like, hey, I've been checking my emails. I haven't seen anything, right? Mm-hmm. And they looked at the message and they ignored me.
Like, they left you on scene.
They left me on scene, girl. But I was like, you know what? Let me not. I'm like, let me be professional. Again, it's, you know, a collab.
You're an icon. You have to keep it iconic. They were gaslighting you. That's the word.
I guess.
They were kind of like, oh, you'll get this. You'll get this.
So I ignored it. And then, like, pasaron como, like, I don't know, 7 hours or whatever, because I was in the morning. I messaged. Like, I question marked it, like my own message, you know? And then I'm like,
you were like this.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I'll take that as a no. And they seen it within like 2 seconds.
And so they weren't even like slick with it.
No, and like, then
we didn't see your message.
They left me on scene again. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, okay, guys, mind you,
is outrageous.
I had other people who do social media who were coming in town to be in this event. Like, I had so many people hitting me up. Yeah, like, they were coming to see me. And I was like, oh my God, I have to say something, because not these people coming expecting to see me there, y no voy a estar. Yeah. So I was like telling my friends, I'm like, hey, no voy a ir. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, you're the reason I got tickets. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, ¿qué voy a hacer? You know, I'm like stressing it. Mm-hmm. So it was like late, by the way. It was like 10 or so. Oh, I messaged them very professionally. I'm like, the only reason I'm messaging you guys is because you guys had a deadline. You know what I mean? If you wouldn't have told me a certain date, I wouldn't have been persistent. It's
their word against
mind you, it's like 3 days till the event. I haven't gotten any source of payment. And I'm like, so what's going on, you know? And they read my message and ignore me. I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, like, obviously they're not being professional with me. I'm not going to be professional with them.
Yeah. Like, catch me outside.
No, but I mean, I was still pretty professional, but I was very, like, calling them out vibes. I was like,
being sarcastic.
Yeah, I was like, look, you don't have to ignore me. If you want to just say no, just say that then. But don't open my messages and leave me on scene. And eso sí se molestaron. Yeah, they were like, we're not trying to ignore you. We get hundreds of messages a day, so we appreciate you trying to, like, I mean, you being persistent or whatever. No, como me dijeron, you being patient with us.
We're not patient.
And I was so annoyed because I had sent them, like, mind you guys, a list of messages. Y me seguían ignorando. And I'm like, oh, so they could answer me too. They're not ignoring, but they can't answer any of my questions. And I was like, you didn't answer any of my questions, but it's okay. I see where we stand. You know what I mean? I was like, done. And my friends were like, dude, what the heck? You got
that you lied about.
Well, yeah, I was like, kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with my friends, you know?
This had never happened to you before.
Ever. Like, nunca tenido, like, anything like that. So, guys, I was petty. I was a little petty, and I have never, ever been petty like this. Let me tell you guys, I if I'm going to be petty, I'm not going to just be petty. I'm going to be savage, and I'm going to make sure you know I'm going to call you out.
With a little heart stamp on it.
So I took their post, like, to the event, and I shared it on my story, and I was like, hi guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be attending. Sorry to those purchased tickets. Mind you, it wasn't just so much to call them out, but it was also to apologize to the people who bought tickets to see me there, and they were going to see me there.
It was the best of both worlds.
So I did apologize to them. Like, my whole top of the message was apologizing to my genuine followers, and then the bottom of the message, I said why. I was like, I have never worked with a company who was more unprofessional, who promised me something who didn't complete, blah, blah, blah. I am no longer supporting. But it didn't just stop there. You know the little emojis on the stories? I don't even know if Kimmy seen it.
I think I was showering. And then I came out and I was like, oh.
Kimmy was like, what happened? But, like, you know little stickers on the stories?
The GIFs?
Yeah. I put, like, the little thumbs down, and it said, canceled. It literally said canceled. Oh. And I put canceled.
So iconic for that.
And I tagged them. But
she said name
it
drop.
did not stop there, guys. I tagged them and I put a song on my story, and guess what song it was?
Did it on it?
No, it was Andas Valiendo. Guys,
did I lie?
Let me tell you, when I did that, dude, my phone freaking died. So I didn't even have time to overthink. I didn't have time for anything, right?
It was God's sign to delete it.
Yeah, no, but I thought, I'm like, you know what? God's telling me, chill out, no hagas esto. Yeah. So in my head, because the phone died, I thought it didn't post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I charged my phone, I was chilling, dude, I get messages from the girl that I was talking to who was going to the event. She's like, girl. And then I look, and let me tell you, Belico Fest was in my DM. And they're like, you did not have to share that. You didn't have to do that. Blah, blah, blah. We were going to get back to you. Everything was going to be sent tonight. What a coincidence. Tonight, when it was like 2 days to the event.
They never even confirmed that. So
exactly. I was asking them, but now they have time to respond to me. But prior to that, they didn't. But again, guys, I kept it professional.
Snakes in the grass.
Si me dio vergüencita. So I was like, ugh.
Yeah, because you're not really problematic like that.
But I'm not. And that's the thing. I don't want the other companies to think, oh, this girl's wild, and you know, but it was just kind of
a reason
to get their attention, and also to tell my people, you know. So I kind of did feel bad, and I deleted the post. I did delete it instantly, but it already had some views. And the thing is, instantly, guys, I'm not kidding. Como a los 5 minutos, they sent me everything. They sent me VIP tickets. They sent
as they should.
Saturday and Sunday. They sent me everything.
And flowers just said sorry. Yeah,
but let me tell you. One thing about me, soy bien orgullosa. Like, it's not.
We know it.
It's not about that. Like, dude, I can post the tickets right here.
Yeah.
No,
cool.
Because my thing is, why am I gonna go support an event que es así? You know what I mean? Yeah. And my thing is, it wasn't just about me. When stuff like that happens, I like to think of other people. Like, so because for example, I don't think you would have done that. You know what I mean? You would have been like, whatever, you know?
I wouldn't post it publicly, but I don't think it was bad. Like, I would have just called them out one-on-one.
Okay, I tried. That's the thing.
No, I would have wrote, like, a whole paragraph. Like, this is for Rachel, you big ass.
My thing is, I was wondering, like, how many people have they done this to?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, then again, BB had, like, 200 followers.
How many people are, exactly, but, like, how many people are they using? Like,
that's true.
To
me,
you
already had promoted it.
That's not okay. Yeah, like, that's...
Yeah.
Not just embarrassing, because I'm like, me vale la vergüenza. Pero sí me da pena for the people who bought tickets and were expecting me to go hang out with me there, and I'm not going to be there, you know? So I did get the tickets, y los mandé mucho a la ya sabes dónde.
Period.
So yeah, that was my literally iconic scandal of the week. I was honestly pretty proud of myself, because I don't even know who's running that account.
Herself.
But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I'm very trust my gut type of vibe. Now I know, like, never to work with them again, never to even give my money, nothing. Like,
it wasn't worth the hype at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's weird, because sometimes I'm like, I really wish I would have won. You know, like, ya tengo mi outfit y todo, but you know what? Para perrear siempre hay tiempo, you know, like, it is what it is. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. You know how I always tell you, everything happens for a reason. Mylene ended up getting really sick. She had a really high fever, and I'm like, you know what?
That's not the iconic part of the week.
No, it's not iconic, but, like, I mean, I was able to stay home and watch her and stuff. But yeah.
So since it's a mother-daughter podcast, I kind of wanted to get into, like, the Gen Z and Millennials. What You're millennial, right? Me bringing it up and I don't even know what I am.
I think I am, yeah.
And I think I'm Gen... No,
that's way. You know exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know, yeah. And then the twins are Gen X.
Yeah.
So what's
Gen Alpha? Hello?
I don't know.
Because they were telling me Gen Alpha. I was like, it's just his...
I could have sworn you were Gen Z.
Yeah.
Or are you Gen Alpha? Maybe Dayton's
No,
Gen Alpha.
I think Gen Alpha is like if the twins have kids. Question mark.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I am a millennial. You are a Gen Z.
But, like, things are definitely coming back. And some things need to not come back.
You know, it kind of does annoy me when I see certain trends that, how can I explain it? Like, if we would have done that 2 years ago, like the bucket hats when they came back, everybody would have been like, even when I feel like when I was younger, they were never cool. Like, it was like a type.
Just kidding.
In general, you know what I mean? And a lot of them are coming back, and it's like, I think with like TikTok and everything going around, like everybody's jumping into it, like the bell bottoms, like everything that came back, you know, like
yeah, that was actually something that me and my friends were talking about today. Like, there used to be like, she's like it's 2017 aesthetic, or it's like 2000 aesthetic. What is our aesthetic now? Like, we don't really have like a 2024 aesthetic. It's more of like we're repeating history, or like. I feel like people nowadays, they just dress however they want. Like, we don't have an aesthetic. Like, 2017, it's giving, like, the lashes, the Converse. Vans were very in.
That's true.
Like, crop tops were using a lot. Like, I think that's when people barely...
No, you know what was 2017? I said, like, the little cross zigzag booby shirts.
Yeah, that.
But I feel like maybe the crop tops are going to be 2024 aesthetic, because if you notice, everybody right now, even the gorditas, me, are using crop tops.
Yeah.
And I feel like eso no se miraba tanto before. Like like when I was younger, when I was your age, it's like, where is she going? Why is she wearing a crop top?
Really? Well, yeah. I feel like I used to feel weird because even since 5th grade, I would see little girls wearing crop tops. So maybe that's going to be 2000 blah, blah, blah aesthetic. I don't know. You know? But when the twins are older, are they going to be like, oh, that's so 2024 aesthetic? Like, what is our vibe?
I think so. Like, how the feathered brows were in. I had never heard about that. And then now how girls are, like, literally going back to no brows. Like, I feel like we just have to kind of, like, be in the moment to look back into it.
Yeah.
But in reality, I feel like every single time se va a repetir la moda. Because, like, the skinny jeans, that was from, like, the 60s or so, you know?
The 60s.
It was. And then it came back in, like, 2017. Yeah. And then, like, now, like, the boot cut is coming back. And it's, like...
I love cargos, but... I know that's definitely not our era.
Yeah, and like think about it. When I was growing up, if I had cargos, they're like, it's marimacha. Dude, Hispanic parents, I mean, Hispanic as in like my mom, Hispanic, you know, like that's the thing that I love about this podcast and doing this is like I get to share the way I grew up and the way you grew up, you know, like how it is a little different. Like with me, I feel like parents really were like the Rosa de Guadalupe, like trae pantalón así, es marimacha.
Like, that one meme that's like, you drew estrellas?
No, you drew corazón azules. ¿Qué tal si es lesbiana? And now I feel like
you're wearing blue.
Now I feel like it's just so norm, you know? Yeah. It's like, oh, whatever. You know, they're just fruity or whatever. And even if they are gay, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I low-key love that. I love how everything's more accepted now. But it freaking sucks for me. Because it's like when I was in school, it was not okay. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of vibe.
That's true. Oh, I feel like in another life I was like a tomboy because sometimes I feel like more.
Oh, stop it right now. I'm always like, oh, in another life I was a guy. I was a gay guy. I
really do feel like that though, because I feel like the most comfortable like in like. Well, I feel like I have two personalities. Like, I'm girly, but I'm not like girly. Like
that's true.
Like I'm not fresa, never that, and that's another thing. Like people think that's a compliment. Like what you taught me, like that's not a compliment. That's like you're like. Yeah. But I could wear heels and Jordans at the same time.
Not at the same time. But no, that is true. So she likes like Pokemon and like really stuff like that. And with me, I feel like I truly am girly. Yeah. But I feel like sometimes it's a little too girly to where like I relate a lot with my gay friends. You know what I mean? I do. Like, as in, like, I think in my previous life, I was a gay guy who wanted to be a girl so bad that now I'm like,
you're living your fantasy.
Yeah, like, Because I'm telling you, when I feel like me, obviously I have girlfriends, but when I talk to my gay guy friends, like, I see, like, we're besties. And with me, it's, like, crazy. Like, I'm, like, magnetized to them. Like,
they're so much easier to connect with, I think.
To some people.
Yeah, because we're one of those people.
Yeah, that's true. No, that is true, because I think Kimmy, like, gets that, too. Like, all of my gay people, all of my gay friends love her, you know? And, like, me and Squid Game, 90% of my friends were gay. But, yeah, it's crazy how I feel like I am a millennial, but I still get to experience, like, the whole Gen Z. Like, I know a lot of the quotes and, like, slogans because of you guys. Like, Leah, like, for example, you and David, you guys will be talking, and what's something you guys say? Like, I feel like it changes every freaking week, to be honest.
We say blood.
Yeah. Bud. Like, for example, they say, okay, all right, now, bud, or blood. And me and Manny, for example, he's like, why are you saying blood? You're not a blood.
Yeah, and he's like, Kimmy, always saying that, you're a girl.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I guess I get it. Like, I'm like, whatever, you know, it's like a recycled word.
Or like,
stop yapping. But every word, like,
culturing.
2 months ago, it was something else. Like, I feel like it changes every freaking week. And it sucks sometimes because I'll be talking to my friends and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just yapping at this point. And they're looking at me like, like, I'm such a Gen Z to my friends. You know what I mean?
You're a millennial in a costume of a Gen Z.
Yeah, basically. But, you know, it's crazy because we got to experience these two different things. You know who I feel bad for?
I've never experienced that yet.
Well, yeah, you have, because you've seen what I've gone through. Yeah, like the
like
you know, before from, like, when I used to do the highlight and how the highlight, like, left and I was kind of coming back in, like, stuff like that. You know,
that's also something that's, like, we stole from, kind of. Like, the highlight, like,
that's true. Or, like, how the blush, it had also completely died down. It was from, like, my mom's times, and now it's back.
Good thing we brought it back.
But we got to live is what I'm trying to get that. Like, I got to live the 2017 era. You got to live your Gen Z era. You know who I feel bad for? Gypsy Rose. Gypsy girl.
Shame on y'all, baby.
She didn't get to live these two different eras, and I feel like she's coming out in this 2017 era.
When did she get arrested? Like, that's like a whole decade.
Yeah, it was literally a decade. Bye. Hello.
I feel like I missed a week of Instagram, like, baby.
Yeah, like, I see one a semana, and I was like, what's going on now? What's trending?
I'm like, who's pregnant?
But yeah, like, she's living it now. And
do you remember when she posted that thing? It's like, keep calm, and they were dragging her through Phil.
Yes, but you know what? Okay, I'm gonna be straight up.
Let the girl live.
I'm gonna be 100%, and you can be my witness. Yeah. I've never been a Gypsy girl stan, and I might get hate for that.
We're not stans, but she's, you know.
No, like, I don't think she's a queen. Thing is, like, I don't care if you physically did something to your mom. You were still part of it, and you should still be there rotting. And I'm glad you got hate for that. And no, like, literally, cuando salió, remember, I was like, why are people glorifying her? Like,
no, I don't think they should glorify. And it's crazy because she's like an influencer.
Yeah.
Like, even if people don't say like it, like, oh, she's an influencer, like, we're still getting her day to day. I know she got a nose surgery. I know that she got back to her with her ex.
She got back with him?
Yeah, she got back with one of her exes, but they're not dating.
The ex, the ex, not the husband.
Exactly. So, like,
how she has a restraining order. But that's the thing too. Like, me da mucho coraje, I think, as a mom, because I'm like, what is it showing the young people? Like, oh, I want to become viral. I want to become.
Like, is it trendy for your mom?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna just do 10 years and then be out here, and that's not okay, because let's be for real, not everybody's gonna be coming out like that, you know?
Yeah. Like, why is the guy still? I mean, I know
he unalived her,
but they should both be serving the same amount. He wouldn't have gotten the idea without her. So
he estaba malito.
Yeah.
Y tenía
well, that's not an excuse either.
No, I get that, but my thing is, like, they went easy on her.
Yeah.
They should have been easy on him or been equal on both. You know what I mean? They should both be there. Let's be for real. End of story. I'm over the whole subject with her because literally me da coraje. Like, it really does. I'm not saying her mom was a good person, and maybe she deserved what happened, I guess, but it was not her job to do it. Yeah. If she was able to go on social media to, like, talk to this boy, she could have gone on the phone and called 911. Easy as that.
And the thing is, I think she is smart. Like, if she was able to plot all that, like, her whole nose surgery is, like, it was for free. Like, her teeth were for free.
I feel like she's a master manipulator. Y aprendió pues from the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She was saying that, like, she couldn't breathe, which I
She probably can't, dude. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna give her hate for that. Like, let's give hate where it's due. I feel like if I was her, I would have gotten a nose job too.
My cheeks hurt because I don't have cushion. You want me to get a free BBL?
I need a BBL. No, but in general, like, si tienes algo de carnita.
Okay.
And I'm not saying, like, no hate for anybody, but I would feel like, I mean, if it's some insecurity of yours and it's bothering your breathing. Girl, go get it. And I mean, if you're gonna give her free, then do that.
Yeah.
No hate on that. It's just the fact that, like, I'm tired of seeing her life on social media. Like, just get over her. Like, let's go to the next chapter, you know? I think that's why I'm thriving with Benji right now.
Oh, I love him.
I am thriving because he's such a, like,
king.
He gives me nostalgia, dude. It gives me, like he growing up in, okay, to you, because you didn't grow up like him. But I grew up. House. I really did. Yeah, pobrecito. He's like, watermelon house. I love his faces, too. No, but I feel like a lot of us grew up like that, you know? And like, you guys see him because he's funny and he's relatable, but to me, it's like, oh my God, this kid did not care what anybody was going to say about his house, what anybody was going to say. I feel like that's the type of people, like, that's a good influencer. He's influencing you, que no te importe, to respect your family. To be humble. That's the best thing that could have happened to social media, to be honest. So I'm going to be so tired if TikTok gets banned.
Oh my God. Like, people like him, they need to, like, have TikTok just for him.
Yeah.
Because this is, like, what he's kind of depending on. Like, his parents, like, are having cancer. Like, I just wish the best for him and his family.
Well, okay, there's other platforms that I'm sure he's going to be successful in because people love him.
TikTok is different.
That's true, because I feel like it's not meta. Everything's meta now. And there's so much stuff that we learn on TikTok that we wouldn't have learned.
Diddy thing.
Yeah, we wouldn't have learned about that. Literally. Like, so many things that I'm like, oh my God, like, I did not know this, you know? Like,
it is our Fox 10 News.
Really? Who needs Fox 10? Yeah.
Maybe showing us, remember the zoo on Fox 10?
We were watching the news ones, and it was showing us, like, the most unnecessary stuff.
This is why we go on TikTok.
Lord. But, okay, so no, I actually heard that they're no longer banning it, that they're going to make a new, like, platform for it, called, like, TikTok Notes or something.
Notes?
Yeah, supposedly. I don't know how that's going to work, but basically it's going to be, like, owned by something else. I hope it's not Meta, because I feel like everything with, like, Facebook, Instagram, you know how it says Meta verified, like, everything's Meta. And I feel like everything's so controlled because it's from the United States, you know?
Well, they're not owned by the United States, so that's why the United States is trying to get hold of them. That's weird. Well,
I think, like, what are they hiding?
Yeah.
What do they not want us to know?
Huh?
Oh,
you sound like that. Did you, doesn't Dory do it? I don't know who does it.
I think so.
I don't know, but it's so crazy to me because obviously I also grew up with TikTok, but when I was younger, it was like Musical.ly. Like,
that's true.
Well, you didn't really hop on Musical.ly. I think it was mostly for like.
No, yeah, it was for like bumpiness. Kimmy was on 9, literally in her chubby era, like
shirts of like eat, sleep, repeat. It was like eat, Musical.ly, repeat. I remember I woke up and I was like, I'm friends with the monster. Maybe it was not sleep today, but anyways, so it was Musical.ly, and then basically TikTok is the new Musical.ly. So it's like, are we leaving this to the past? Like.
Like, are Mylene and Kylie gonna be like, ew, MySpace? Because with me it was MySpace. You never knew, but I kind of told you about MySpace.
MySpace was kind of like Musical.ly. So what is gonna be? Is like this new thing, like for the twins generation?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's so crazy.
You know what? Who I do feel bad for though? The people who were like doing good on TikTok,
or like their businesses
are kind of like just falling off. Like, how are they gonna do on other platforms? Like Shawty Bae, let's be for real.
God. I don't care, girl. I'm Shawty Bae stan.
Really?
How are we gonna steal her lingo and then cancel her for no reason? They'll be like, oh, I'm not a Shawty Bae fan, and then they're like, de veras.
Baby! For real, that is true. Okay, so let's be for real. I never really liked her to begin with. It's not that I didn't like her. She follows me. Okay, let's delete that. It's not that I didn't like her. It's just I felt like, why are we hyping her up? Like, why is she so famous? Like, why do we care that she's on live doing her makeup and ignoring us? I never was really like, oh my gosh, Shawty Bae. I do love her lingo. I think it's so catchy, and I
think maybe that's
so. There's things I love and hate about her, but you know what does make
she's like Kanye. She's controversial.
Yes, that's true. The thing that makes me mad, and I like to keep it real, is I was never a huge like, oh my god, I love her. But it does make me mad how now she's being canceled for the same reason why they made her famous. Because she's mean. You guys like that she was mean.
You guys are being bipolar.
Like, well, not that, but you know what I mean? Like, how she was like, oh, I'm famousness. And people thought it was so funny. Now she was to say that, oh, it's presumida. Oh, she's not humble. It's like, dude, she never was. Let's be for real. Like, she never was.
She's like, I'm richness. I get money like this fast. And now, now she said that, people are like, girl, she's been saying it. Smell the fresh air.
Yeah, like, it's just like, because something else is trending that everybody's like, oh, she has to. But that's the thing. I feel like you shouldn't have to be like every other influencer that's trending. You should just be yourself and not care. And that's why she was so successful, because no le valía madre.
Yeah.
She didn't care. Like, I don't care.
I think that's why I liked her. I obviously didn't like that she wasn't humble, but I think I really just liked how she didn't care about what people said.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's one reason why I started to kind of like grow love for her.
Yeah. And because she was all over her For You page.
It does annoy me that she's now like, oh, I'm sorry, or like trying to be more what people want her to be. Girl, no, be you. Like, do you. The right people are going to love you, and the wrong people are going to talk smack. It's going to be like that in every situation.
Like, don't say sorry. Jeffree Star never said sorry.
Yes. Talking about Jeffree Star. Can we talk about that? Like, how he was bumping. What was it? Fuerza Regida? I think it was Fuerza Regida. Oh, no. It wasn't. It was something Pacas.
Oh, Chino Pacas.
Yeah, he was bumping that, and in my head I was like the inner me is so happy because
like Latinos are getting represented.
They are. Not just that. Like, I feel like back then it's like, oh my god, like Spanish music, you listen to that.
I'm
like,
not listening to Taylor Swift.
Even if you low key like to banda, I feel like it was kind of like, ugh. And now it's like, oh heck yeah, Mexican music, banda. You know,
it's good that we're getting represented, but I think some people think it's like a trend now.
Yeah,
like, girl, I thought you were making fun that I was listening about this.
That's so true. Like, it kind of does annoy me how all of a sudden, for example, Tucanes de Tijuana, how there was like a trend, and it's like, dude, I've been listening to La Chona, and you guys were calling me Beaner.
I know I'm young, but don't play, because that's what raised me.
It's crazy, because we went to the Tucanes de Tijuana concert, what was it, like a month or two ago? And I was telling Kimmy that concert was giving la mamá de la mamá de la mamá. Because I went with my mom, with me and
4
Kimmy.
generations and the twins.
And the twins.
Love that.
And the thing is, well, they're not your daughters, so it's 3 generations.
Well,
but the thing is, I grew up like trapeando to La Chona, espejeando, and then
La Chica.
I kind of would get annoyed of it, and then I grew up and I would put it for my kids. And Kimmy, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, like these.
I think I was born like a doña. Because remember at the Twin Days, I was over there watching like the Rosa Guadalupe and stuff.
Kimmy is low-key an
yet I still don't know fully Spanish.
Well, I feel like that's not necessarily your fault. You know, like you would go to daycares and I would work and stuff. But she is like a little viejita. Like Kimmy, no, like she acts like a doña. Like if you talk to Kimmy, sometimes I'm like, ugh, cringe. Like it's crazy. We switch sometimes.
Yeah.
She'll be telling me like, Mom, like, don't do that. And I'm like, let me be. Let me live my life. It's so crazy.
It's like we switch. Like sometimes I'm the mom and she's the daughter.
Yeah, no, for real.
But Freaky Friday.
Yeah. Or she'll be snitching me out, guys. She's like, Dad, did you see what Mom posted on her story? And like, it's like, I mean, it's a good balance, I think, you know, because you help me and then I help you. Like, for example, there's some situations where Kimmy's like, Mom, what should I do? Like, what should I say? And I'm like, it's fine. Let them be. Like, you know, I feel like we're that perfect, like, balance.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'm like, Kimmy, is this okay? Like, or which picture should I make my main one? And she's like, you did not eat it up in this one. Sorry about it, baby. But it is a good balance because, I mean, I feel like we don't see it until we need it. You know, like when I was gone, you're like, Mom, Dad wasn't there to help me with this. Or me, I'm like, oh my God, Kimmy's not here. What picture am I going to post? Which one's going to be the main one? You know, so we do balance each other out.
Love that.
Since we're on that subject, I don't know who's watching, to be honest, because this is the second episode. But I mean, moms more than likely are going to be watching, or teens are going to be watching, or teen moms, or, you know, I wanted to do something kind of like something that's a positive about being a teen mom or being the daughter of a teen mom, and a negative about being a teen mom and being the daughter of a teen mom. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No. I actually want to hear yours first. So you can go first.
Okay, should we start with? I think we should start with negative, so that then we can kind of put the cherry on top of the positive, but I can no, we won't be triggered. So the negative, and girl, we could do this a whole segment every week because I have a lot negative about being a teen mom. I don't know if I should say the negative of like when you were little or now.
What's a teen mom? So now.
Okay.
Oh, but you're also a teen mom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do it next week. So stay tuned. No, but okay. So for
that's
now,
gonna be a segment.
What I'm living right now, a negative is
no negatives.
I don't even know how to word this. Like for example, let's say I'm gonna wear an outfit in the weekend, right? And Kimmy will be like, I was gonna wear that. Whatever. I'm not gonna wear it anymore.
It's true.
So it's kind of like a sister instead of like a daughter. It's like I'm still young myself. I still feel young. Like I am young. The F. And I feel like a lot of the time, like because she's a teenager now, like she's kind of like, Mom, like you're a mom. You're gonna do that.
I don't say that.
In general, you know what I mean? Like as in like, I guess you know, like the little that's a downfall about being a teen mom that I feel like it's kind of more like a sister relationship when it comes to the style. Like you know what I mean? Like, to dressing and stuff like that. A plus about the same thing is that there's times where I'm like, oh my God, Kimmy, does this shirt look good with these pants? And she'll be like, no, you did not eat it up. Go change. So then I'll go change. And I feel like, you know what I mean? I am a strong believer in la moda lo que la acomoda. So like the mom jeans that were like super trendy, they look terrible on me because I feel like I look like I'm 5X. Let's be so for real. Like I do not like them. And I feel like in skinny jeans, I feel skinny. Like I feel snatched.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm a strong believer of la moda lo que la acomoda. And you, on the other hand, you look amazing in like looser clothes, you know, porque estás flaquita, estás delgadita. But yeah, that's an upside for me that I feel like I have my little stylist on deck. Period. Your turn.
Oh, I thought you could said everything.
Oh, her stealing. See, that's another.
Negative. I feel like
me hawking her down like what's the negative? She's like no. Like,
why?
When you were little, can I tell them that really quick? She has always been a drama queen. Let me tell you guys that. I'm gonna let her get back to her story, but I just want to tell you guys something that reminded me of that. I would tell my mom, no me hace caso. Like when we go to the store and I tell her to sit in the carreta, she'll be like, you know, she'll give me sass.
It's not pink.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to hit her. I don't want to scream at her. And she's like, no, tienes que pegar. Just hold her arm firmly and tell her you're gonna listen to me, you know? And mind you, I was, like 17, 18? I was young. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But I'm like, okay. And I remember I put her in the cart and I grabbed her firmly from her arms. And I was like, you're going to sit. Kimmy,
with the smallest baby
voice. Dude, she was like, my arm! I was so freaking embarrassed, guys.
I was those annoying kids.
Yes. Like, like, people were thinking I was legit, like,
I don't associate
beating her up. And I was like, well, that was a fail. It reminded me right now how you're like, pinching her and stuff like that never worked for Kimmy because she would be like, why'd you pinch me?
I feel like I've always been like you have to take something away or ground or like yell at me.
Yeah. Porque si le pego, let's be for real. Well, cuando le pegaba, ya no le pego. Yeah, I could literally, she'll be like just sitting there thugging it out.
Baby, I'm not gonna cry. Hello. Now it's because my makeup's too expensive, but back then it's like
she's really prideful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry.
So my thing is,
don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go in my room and cry, but making eye contact, nobody's crying.
So yeah, now if she doesn't have the phone, that's why. But anyway.
That's why.
You're like, that's why. Okay, go ahead.
That's actually weird. Well, it's because I had another one of mine. Anyways, one negative thing is I feel like I have different like restrictions, I guess you could say, from having like my friends that have older moms. Like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm limited to certain things. Not in a bad way, because obviously I feel like you're more like on TikTok or like Instagram, so you're more like aware of things that are going on.
Yeah.
But like, for example, my friend's like, oh, Mom, can I go to the skiing today? She's like, yeah, just go. And my mom's like, oh, Kimmy, but have you heard about what's going on? And it's like in freaking Missouri. I'm like, we're in Phoenix, Arizona, baby. I mean, I get it, but it's, you know, it's obviously like a con or what is it? Like a negative.
Yeah. No, and I agree. It is true. Like, I feel like it's not so much that I'm so strict, but I'm very paranoid because I am on social media more. I feel like I'm like, no, pero like they can get you. And I'm like, so in my head about it, and I feel like it kind of helps her because she's very aware. She's a very aware teenager, but I do see where she's coming from as to like, for example, when we were younger, like me, and I'm like, mami, afuera, afuera. She's like, okay, pues. So overall, like, I feel like before parents were more trusting, you know, and now I feel like I'm more like, no, like, ¿qué tal si te violan? You know, like, I'm very like that type of vibe. And I do see what you mean as to like the older moms who probably have more kids in the past. They're probably like, déjala, who cares? No le va a pasar nada. So I do see where you're coming from. Y no voy a cambiar. Me vale. Yes. But okay, what's the pro?
I'm like,
that was
thank you guys for watching literally. Pro. I feel like
me watching patiently.
It's because I'm trying to pick like a really good one. Because I don't want
it doesn't have to be a good one. You could give us another one next week.
Yeah. I feel like I really like you're like detalles. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like the little ramo. Like I don't know. Like having a young mom, I feel like you know. Like oh, when I was at her age, you know.
Yeah.
Like the Valentine's Day thing, I was like, man. And then you came with the ramo. I was like,
like I can relate to you.
Yeah. Like you're more like. You were my age not too long ago, so you're like, oh, okay. Like, you're more like, you know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, yeah,
but for the most part, you know what I'm feeling.
Like, for example, in birthdays, I'm like, llévale a tu amiga globos, llévales esto. Because I remember being in school and everybody had balloons and stuff. And I'm like, where's my balloons? Yeah. So I really try to make sure that Kimmy is that friend. Because she does it on her own. It's not like I force her. Yeah. Like, she's very detallista with her friendships.
Yeah. And that's my love language. Like,
yeah. Like, she's such a, like, if I give her allowance, she's like, oh, I'm going to go buy this because my friend's birthday's coming up. And that's all her. Like, that is your love language. I really do feel like you do good. Te va bien. With that being said, haz bien y te irá bien. Subscribe. Leave us a good review.
Like, if you like, you might get a daddy or a baby daddy or a sugar daddy. Girl, go do it.
I never knew my father.
You never know. Go like.
Maybe he'll come back into our life.
Maybe, yeah. He comments. I'm right here.
I'm right here. We'll get into that next time because he actually did hit me up.
Oh.
But, yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening or watching, if you're watching us on YouTube.
Because if you're watching or listening, you're also an icon queenie.
Yeah, we didn't eat it up today. We're not looking literally iconic today. But
we always are. Hello. We wake up with our sleeping mask and we're iconic queen.
But I mean, we still wanted to come on here and be more natural, normal,
natural. Well, like, girl, I came from school. You had a doctor's appointment.
I had a doctor's appointment today. Es que nunca nos callamos.
Well, we're gonna have to extend it real quick. Wrap her up.
But yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe, follow us, and everything. All the links are gonna be down below.
Our socials.
And if you are listening, make sure to give us a good review or whatever it is on Apple.
Don't judge our voices.
Remember, it is gonna be streaming on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of it. Everything that you could listen on, it's gonna be on there.
Right.
But guys, remember, this is only our second show.
Oh my gosh. So stay tuned.
We'll get better, okay?
Yeah.
We're getting the hang of this, guys.
This is how you know we're so genuine. We had like a notebook down on what to write, and we talked about 2 things on that notebook. Like, we're just letting it flow, girls. So.
Yeah, like, no, we try to take notes about what we want to talk about.
But it's not scripted. Like, we're just yapping.
Yeah. Maybe they're like, stick to the script. But yeah, guys. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye.
That girl, stop it right now.